Hi, this is Ant from Speakerstack Music. Welcome back. This is following on from the last two videos where we've been looking into applying some EQ techniques to songs in Ableton. This is the third video in that series, and we're going to be having a look at applying some corrective EQing and doing an EQ sweep to kind of remove any anomalies and nasty sounds and frequencies from audio that you've recorded. So I'm going to be going into the song we've been working in, and we've got a number of tracks down the right hand side here. Some of them are MIDI tracks for things like drums and bass synths and lead synths, and we have a couple of audio tracks where we had some guitar recorded in. And the EQ sweep is a corrective measure, as I say, that you would apply to audio recordings that you've recorded into Ableton, where you would look to identify and remove any kind of nasty sounds in the frequency range that might have kind of snuck in to the recording process. Perhaps you caught a string a little bit, or it just picked up a nasty kind of sonic sound as part of the frequency range. And so the EQ sweep is going to show you a very simple way that you can go in and actually remove those nasty frequencies from the sound using EQ. So as per last time, you need to identify a section of the track where the audio is present. So again, I'm going to go to the loudest, kind of busiest part of the sound, which is around the 57th to the 64th bar. And again, I'm going to loop that by clicking on this icon here. And we're going to have a look at the lead guitar section. So I'm going to solo the lead guitar track. And then it's just open up the lead guitar. So you can already see that we've got the EQ8 that we applied in the last video still in the track. So it's all EQ'd. But now we need to do an EQ sweep through the sound. And to do that, you drop in another EQ8. So you go to the drop down menu here, go to EQ8, drop a second EQ8 in. And we're going to be using this in a very different way. We're not actually going to be setting parameters within it. We're going to be using it to sweep through the frequency range and actually identify those nasty sounds. So you need to select one of the notches. We'll go for notch 3. And I'm going to just roll that back, because what we need to do is have it set up so that it can actually pick up those higher decibel levels. So we're going to push it up with the mouse so it's right at the top beyond the 12th decibel. So it's picking up all the nasty frequencies at that end, and you can move it around like that. You can also, again, using the Q parameter, just broaden or narrow that the kind of the gradient, if you like, in terms of the increase in decibels. So it really depends on how much sound you want to pick up, but I tend to go for something quite narrow because we just want to pick up those kind of tiny sections of sound. And now we're going to play the track, and I'm going to use this to sweep through the sonic range, to sweep through the frequencies and identify any sections of the sound that are sounding a bit nasty. So if I demonstrate it, you'll see what I mean. So really just running through the sound very gradually until you come across a section of it that doesn't sound great, doesn't sound that right. Sounding okay so far. Okay. You can probably hear there. Stop recording for a second. You can probably hear there that I found a frequency in the guitar sound that's sounding a bit nasty and abrasive. So just play that again, you'll see what I mean. So we want to remove that from the guitar sound, but we don't want to take all the guitar out. So just need to find a way of actually removing that frequency range from the guitar sound that we've recorded. And so the simplest way of doing that is converting the point, the notch, to a notch setting on here, and that will drop it down and cut out the sound. There you go. So you can see now that it's moved. It's taken it right out to minus 12 decibels. So it's taken it out potentially, well, it has taken it out from the actual sound of the guitar. Let's have a quick listen and see if that's sounding any better. Okay, so you can hear there already that it's actually starting to kind of smooth out the sound, get rid of some of that abrasiveness. Let's add in another point and continue through. There's another section here, so again, use the notch. And another point. So there we've got three sections of the guitar sound where I've cut the sound out by using the notch setting on the EQ8 as a second EQ8 in the instrument track, moving it up to the top end of the decibels, having a sweep through, and then changing it to a notch to drop out the sound, drop out the decibel, the energy in that section of the frequency range, and then narrowing that using the Q parameter so you're not taking out too much of the guitar. One thing that has done a little bit is taken just a little bit of the high end off the guitar, so I'm just going to adjust that in the other EQ8 just to push that up a little bit now that we've made those adjustments to the frequency range. As you can hear the difference if we click on EQ8 and unclick it. Fantastic, great stuff. So that's how you do an EQ sweep on an audio track, which we've done on the guitar track for this song. So that ends the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next Speakerstack video.